Hello everyone. Today I am presenting my Java application NC Hotels. I prepared this application using Java programming language and Java Swing in NetBeans IDE. This application is designed to implement a simple hotel management system that includes booking process, manage room availability and handle billing. After we open this application, we see an interface like this. So here we can see the three sections, which are manager section, receptionist section and housekeeper section. So let's see how a manager will operate this application. Before that, all these sections are password protected. So let's see how a manager will operate this application. For that, simply click on manager button. Here let's enter the username and password. As we can see, I have entered the username and password of the manager. Now click on login. This takes us to the manager dashboard. In the manager dashboard, we have three sections: manage staff, manage room, general revenue. So these are the functionalities that can be done by a manager. So to manage staff, the manager can simply click on manage staff. Here the manager can enter the staff name, staff ID, address, role, status and date of join. So let's enter, for example, as we can see, I have entered the details for staff name, staff ID, address, role, status and date of join. So to add this data, we simply click on add button. So our data is added. Now to view this data, simply click on view. Here we can see the data we recently added, which is this. Now to get back to the dashboard, we click on the back button. Now the manager can also manage room by clicking on the manage room button. Here the manager can enter room number, room type, status and price. So let's enter. As we can see, I have entered the data for room number, room type, status and price. So to add this data, we simply click on add button. Here we can see the message added successfully. So to view this added data, we click on view button. So here we can see the data we just added. Now the clear button clears the data over here so that it is easy for us to add new data. So this back button takes us back to the manager dashboard. So the manager can also check revenues by clicking on generate revenue. So the manager can check daily, weekly as well as monthly revenue. So to check the daily revenue, click on daily and click on generate. So the daily revenue is 16,000. Weekly revenue is 27,000. Similarly, we can see monthly revenue as well. So we click on the back button to get back to the manager dashboard, and so this takes us back to the main interface. Now let's see how a receptionist will handle this app. So for that, simply click on receptionist. Here we have to add the username and password for the receptionist. As we can see, I have added the username and password. Now click on login. This takes us to the receptionist dashboard, which looks like this. The receptionist dashboard consists of guest management and billing and payments. Now for guest management, click on guest management. Now we can enter the name, guest ID, status, room number, room type, contact, check-in date and check-out date of the guests. So for example, let's enter a data. As we can see, I have entered the data for name, guest ID, status, room number, room type, contact, check-in date and check-out date. So to add this data to this table, we simply click on add. Here we can see the data is successfully added. Now to view this added data, we click on view. So here we can see the data we just entered is stored into our database table. Now this clear button clears all this data over here so that it is easy for us to add new data. So this back button takes us back to the receptionist dashboard. Now the receptionist can also handle billing and payments. So for that, here she has to simply click on billing and payment. So here as we can see, there are bill number, room number, guest ID, status, room type and amount. So the receptionist can add all these data fields and store into the table. For example, as you can see, I've added all the data, and to add this data to the table, simply click on add. Here we can see the message that says added. So to view the bill, we simply click on view bill. So here we can see the bill details. Now the clear button clears all the data, and the back button takes us back to the dashboard. Now the receptionist can log out by simply clicking on the logout button. And this takes us to the main interface. Now let's see how a housekeeper will operate this app. So for that, simply click on the housekeeper button. Here we can see we should enter the username and password of the housekeeper. So let's enter. Now click on login. The housekeeper can view room. You can enter the room number and the status that whether it's cleaned, unclean or under cleaning. So for example, as you can see, I have added the data. Now click on add. The data is added. To view the added data, we click on view. So as you can see, this is the data we just entered, and we click on the back button that takes us back to the housekeeper dashboard. So the housekeeper logs out by clicking on the logout button. So this was my hotel management desktop app. Thank you for watching.